Hello everyone, welcome to our channel ML for Analytics. Hope you all are doing well. In this video, we are going to talk about the calculate command and we'll see the calculate command in action. As you remember, in the previous video, we have discussed about the introduction to calculate command and we talked about the basics of calculate, how it performs the operation and what arguments are generally passed to the calculate command. Now in this video, we are going to cover the details, the nuances, and what steps are followed by the calculate command in order to finally return the result for the expression we are trying to calculate. So let's get started. So friends, as you can see on your screens, I have opened the Power BI desktop now and you can see the report view, and we are using the same demo which we used in the previous video while introducing the calculate and the calculate table command. Now in this video, I have just made few tweaks in the demo itself. So the first table is the same. In the second table, I have added 3 more measures. We'll talk about it later. So in this video, as I mentioned, that we are going to know more about the details of calculate command and how it actually calculates the expression. So if you remember, we discussed that there can be multiple arguments in the calculate command, right? So the first argument is the expression itself, which we want to calculate, and from the second argument onwards, those are the filter arguments. So you have to pass on the filters which you actually want to apply for that particular calculation or the measure which you are trying to calculate. Okay, and the calculate returns obviously the result for the first expression, and which is calculated in a new filter context. So we also discussed that the calculate command creates a new filter context. It doesn't modify the existing filter context. So we'll discuss this. It creates a new filter context using the original or the existing filter context and apply those filters which you have passed as the filter arguments, and then does the calculation. So let's discuss whatever I have said step by step so that you can better relate to it. Okay, so let me jump on to the important points. Okay, so as you can see here, first point is calculate does not modify the existing filter context. This is the very important point which you need to keep in mind. It never modifies the existing filter context. Okay, it always creates a new filter context. So whatever measure you are calculating, so in whichever context that measure would be calculated, only for that measure, what calculate command will do is it will use the existing filter context, create a copy of that context, and then modify it according to the filter arguments you have passed. Once that is done, so then it will evaluate the first expression. The second important point, the filter arguments of calculate are not the Boolean conditions. Though you might argue that whatever filter arguments we pass it as a Boolean expression, like product brand is Contoso or color is black. So they appear to be Boolean expressions, but actually they are not. They are actually the table expressions. So it is ease for us to write it in the form of Boolean condition, but ultimately it gets translated into a tabular expression, means it returns a table. So we will see this. So when we write a Boolean expression, it gets transformed or translated to a table of values. So suppose if you are passing one value, suppose brand name equal to Contoso, what will happen is the DAX will internally convert that into a single row table. So that table would contain only one value, product brand name is Contoso. Okay, so single row table. So like this, if you are passing multiple values, so that many rows in the table. Now if there is any previous filter on the columns which are part of the filter argument, so suppose you have placed a filter on the brand, right? Now if in the previous filter context or the existing filter context for which the calculate command has made the copy, so if in this copy already a filter is being placed on the brand name, like there can be a existing filter on that brand name, be it a slicer or be it a page level filter or report level filter or visual level filter. So filters can be put in many ways. Slicer is one of the ways. So other ways can be, you can select a particular brand from the chart itself. So filtering feature of the charts or page level, report level, visual level filters. There are multiple ways. So if there is any filter existing on that brand name, it will be overridden by the new filter argument which you have passed on the calculate command. So remember this, any existing filter on a particular column which you have used as a filter argument will be replaced by the calculate command and the new filter argument will be chosen. So this is the important step which calculate does. The next is calculate accepts, two types of filters. First is the list of values, which I have just talked about, that more than one column can also be passed as filters. So you can pass in one filter argument more than one filter. So we'll discuss about this when we go to the advanced section of calculate command. So just remember in mind, we can pass the list of values, like you can pass brand name, Contoso or something else. So you can pass an in expression brand name in multiple values, right? So this is one example of list of values. Next is Boolean conditions, as I already mentioned again. So Boolean expressions like Boolean conditions, but ultimately they get translated to, table of values. So when a single column is specified, no need to write filter command. We'll discuss this. It is done automatically. For more than one column, you need to explicitly write the filter command. So we'll discuss this. So let's see in the demo what these points are talking about. Now I am selecting the second table, right? So for this demo, so you can see that we have many measures here. The first measure is the sales amount. So let me take you through the code of this particular measure. So this is the pretty simple one. We have already discussed it multiple times. Sum X, fact sales quantity into unit price, the simplest measure which we have created till now. So the sales amount, it returns the sales amount, and then we are slicing by the brand name itself. So it is giving us the sales amount for each brand, and here we are getting the total sales amount, right? So this is very much clear. Now second comes the gross margin. Gross margin is again a simple one. So if you can just see, so gross margin is again a simple one. So you can see here sum X, fact sales, simple gross margin. Then comes the gross margin percentage. So we have gross margin percentage, and we are just dividing the gross margin by the sales amount. So we are getting the gross margin percentage. So these are the simple formulas, you can say. We are calculating the measures, right? Now we had also seen in the previous video how we can do the same calculation of gross margin or gross margin percentage with calculate. So let me just repeat it immediately for you. So gross margin percentage using for the Contoso brand. So suppose we want to calculate it for the Contoso brand. So what we'll do is calculate gross margin brand name equal to Contoso, and we are placing the calculate command. Now when I was talking about the filter command, so what I meant by that and why I said that it is translated to a table expression. So here it is. So you can see that though I have placed the Boolean condition, you can see dim brand name equal to dim product brand name equal to Contoso. This is a very simple Boolean condition. Now you see that this Boolean condition gets translated internally into this. So what happens is, first of all command is placed on top of the dim brand name, whatever column we are using, and then what all does is, as I mentioned, that if there is any existing filter in the original filter context for this column, it will be overridden. So how it will be overridden? It is overridden by the all command. You know that all ignores any filter which is already existing. So what it will do? First it will remove any filter on this particular column which is already existing in the copy of the filter context which calculate command has created, and then it will place the new filter which you have passed on as the filter argument, and then Contoso would be applied. Okay, so you can see then all command, after that this is passed to the filter command, and then the new filter is applied. So first the original filter is removed on that column, and then the new filter is applied on that column. So this is what calculate does, and then it calculates the expression or the first argument. Now filter always returns a table. That's why I mentioned that these Boolean expressions are exactly or internally as a table. So they are actually the tables, not a Boolean expression. It is easy for us to write it as a Boolean expression, but internally they are translated into tables. So now let's see. So you can see that this about the fourth measure, Contoso sales. So let me take you through this measure. What I've done here is, I have created again a simple measure, brand name equal to Contoso sales. So I am just filtering out the Contoso sales, right? Simple Contoso sales. So why these numbers are same, you might be wondering. So let me explain that. As I mentioned, that any existing filter on the brand name, right? So what we are using here, we are using the filter in this particular visual as the brand name. So we are using brand name as the filter argument, or sorry, as the column which is filtering the values and calculating the measure. So also I mentioned that what calculate does is it removes the existing filter. So what it will do is on this column, it will ignore all these arguments, ignore all these values, and it will always calculate the sales amount for the Contoso brand, right? So this will happen. So that's why these numbers are same and total is also same, because all the filters for this particular column will be ignored and the new, that is Contoso, will always be calculated. So that's why if you're using brand name itself, then it will always result to the same value. Similarly, you have the Contoso, gross margin with calculate, which we already discussed here. So let me also show you this measure again. So Contoso gross margin with calculate, again that simple one, gross margin brand name equal to Contoso, and then the gross margin percentage with calculate. So gross margin percentage with calculate, again simple one, you calculate the gross margin percentage and passing the argument. And what is the gross margin? It is again a simple measure. You are just dividing the gross margin by the sales amount. Okay, so you're just utilizing or reusing the same code. So no need not to write the code again and again, which we previously discussed, that you can utilize the same measures. So that's why we are using gross margin percentage in the calculate command. So you see all the same numbers, again the same reason, that because we are placing the filter on the brand name, that's why it is leading to the same results or the same values. Now if we choose any other filter, suppose instead of brand name, what I will do is I will choose any other. Suppose I am choosing here we have used the product category name. Okay, let me use the same. So what I will do is this the product category name? No. Product category name? No. And this one? Yeah. So what let's do is let's put the rows as product category name, and let me remove it the brand name. Okay. So now you will see that the numbers are different and they are correct. So let us go through them one by one. So no effect on this one, because this was already being calculated correctly earlier also, because we are not placing any filter on the brand name. We are talking about the last three measures, Contoso sales. So now what we are seeing is we are seeing the sales amount for the Contoso brand in the audio section. Okay, so there are two filters existing. One is the brand name itself, the Contoso, which will always be there, and then whatever audios products are belonging to the Contoso brand, they would be there, those sales would be filtered. Similarly for cameras and camcorders, and this you see the total sales for the Contoso brand, and this we are seeing the total sales. And similarly what would happen is you will see the total gross margin with calculate. So you see this and this number is same, so because we are using the same measure here also, you see. So same measure I have placed near the product category name. So obviously we are using the same filter, so that's why we are getting the same numbers. And then we have the gross margin percentage with calculate. You see 56 and the same numbers. So what I'm trying to say is that whatever column you have passed in the filter argument, if you are using the same column in the visual also, the filter on that column will be ignored. But if you are using a different column, then it is fine. They both will work independently. They both will place their filters accordingly and the measure will work. So this was the flow. Now let's take a step back and see how the calculate does this internally. Okay, so we have talked about the nuances and the working on a high level about the calculate command, how filter arguments are used, but we haven't talked about what steps calculate does in order to reach there, to calculate the final expression. So let's see step by step so that you can relate it better. So I'll take you the important step which calculate does. So let's go through them one by one. The first step is, first the calculate creates the copy of the current or the original filter context. Okay, so this is the first step which calculate does. So whenever you calculate a measure using the calculate command, for that particular measure, what calculate will do is, as soon as the DAX hits the calculate command, it will automatically create a copy of the original or the current filter context. So current filter context comprises of all the filters which you have placed right now on the page, slicer, page level, report level, visual level, all the filters combined, and the copy of that filter context is created for that measure, not outside that measure, only for that measure. Okay, because you're doing the calculation within that measure. Then what would happen, second step is it evaluates all the filter arguments, which already discussed this, that first it starts with the second argument. So expression is calculated at last as the first argument. first it will pick all the filter arguments from the second argument till you can pass on any filter arguments, any number of filter arguments. So what it does is it evaluates all the filter arguments and generates the list of values for the columns specified in the filter arguments. So all the columns which we have used in the filter arguments, it will create filter for all of those. Now suppose if for the same column you have provided multiple filters like brand name equal to Contoso, brand name equal to something, so same column being used but different arguments, so it will combine them using AND condition, simple SQL statement, like it will just combine them and make one statement like brand name in Contoso something else. So if you're placing the filter on the same column multiple times, so this is pretty simple. Then after all the arguments are calculated and it has evaluated that okay, these are the columns which have been used as the filter arguments, then those filter arguments will be applied to the whole model. Whatever copy it has created, it will apply the new filter arguments and will replace any existing filters which are already present on the same columns, which we already discussed. So if there is any existing filter on the column which has been specified in the filter argument, it is replaced by the filter in the filter argument. Simple. Otherwise it is added to the filter context. Suppose there is no filter which is existing already in the column which you have used in the filter argument, so that would be added to the filter context. Now the last step comes, the first argument or the expression. Now when all the filter arguments are ready and they have been applied to the new filter context, new copy of the filter context, then what would happen is within that filter context, now the expression would be evaluated for that measure and the value would be returned. And as soon as the value is returned, that new filter context is thrown away. Now because it was being created only for that measure, so once that measure is created, it is thrown away and the value is returned, and again you are back to the original filter context which existed outside the measure. So there is no change in the outside world, only for that measure that copy is created dynamically and then thrown away once the calculation is done. So in this way the calculate command does its operation, and you need to understand this. Once you get the intuition of how calculate works, you will automatically understand how the calculate changes the filter or does the transitions between different columns. So this is overall working of the calculate command. Okay friends, so with this we come to the end of this demo. Hope you liked it. Hope you understood the working of calculate command. As already mentioned, if you have any questions regarding this, please post your questions on the comment section and we will definitely answer your questions. Also, please provide your feedback and do like and share this video so that other people can also benefit with these videos. And please do subscribe to our channel for the latest videos on DAX, Power Query, Power BI and business intelligence. So stay tuned. See you in another video. Take care and goodbye.